Halfway through Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl this week, a tight game between Guilford and Lutheran. Guilford has 50 and Lutheran has 30 points. Basically 2 questions. Before we get to some more points though, in our lightning round, the fastest round in the game, you saw this question already at home. Our contestants have not. It's the Bergstrom bonus question. No points on the line, contestants, but pizza and pasta from our friends at Tony's of Winnebago. If you get this question correct, you are the hero of your team, no matter how the rest of the questioning goes for the rest of this round. Hands on your buzzers for this Bergstrom bonus question. Established in 1966, the name of this annual celebration focusing on family means first fruit in Swahili. Actually begins this week and runs from December 26th to January 1st. It's Kwanzaa. No points, pizza and pasta for the crew. Now we move on to the NECA IBEW lightning round. I joke about that every time somebody misses that question, and our crew has yet to see any pizza. NECA IBEW lightning round is the fastest round in the game. 60 seconds to go through a category of questions. There are 10 of them in each category. If you run it, you get 100 points. It has happened this season already, and it did happen last season for Guilford and John, who I believe you ran that flags category. Dr. Sheldon Cooper still talks about that. So you won the coin toss, Guilford. You will get to choose first between these 3 categories. Remember, this is a conferring round, but I need to hear only from the captains. The choices are, Guilford, European leaders, ooh words, or ands.
Ooh words?
Ooh. Help me out, crowd. Ooh. We do have a big crowd here. You would never know it because they're super quiet today. Ooh words is the category. You'll have 60 seconds to get through these. And then whatever you don't get to, Lutheran, you'll have 30 seconds to pick up those points. But again, potentially 100 points if you run a category for ooh words. Given a definition, give each word that contains a double O pronounced like ooh. Now it makes so much more sense. Less confused looks. 60 seconds. Guilford, are you ready? Yep. Here's your first one. Given a definition, give each word that contains a double O pronounced like ooh. 12 p.m.
Noon.
Correct. A barrel maker.
Pass.
Soft, usually knitted baby shoes.
Boots.
Incorrect. The spiral depression on each side of a vinyl record.
Groove.
Correct. Unimportant or irrelevant as a point.
Pass.
A fluid measure equal to ½ an ounce.
Pass.
To seek one's affections.
Swoon.
Incorrect. A plant part that can be adventitious.
Pass.
Muslims of Berber and Arab origin, as in Othello.
Pass.
A blessing or benefit granted. No answer there. Time is up. You've got 2 of them correct. You added 20 points to your score. There's a lot of points here to pick up, Rockford Lutheran, but you only have 30 seconds to do it. Remember, these are ooh words. Given the definition, give each word that contains a double ooh pronounced like, or double O pronounced like ooh. Lutheran, are you ready?
Yes.
Here you go, Grace. The first one starts now. A barrel maker.
Moonshiner.
Incorrect. Soft, usually knitted baby shoes.
Booties.
Correct. Unimportant or irrelevant as a point.
Moot.
Correct. A fluid measure equal to ½ an ounce.
Tablespoon.
Correct. To seek one's affections.
Woo.
Correct. A plant part that can be adventitious.
Pass.
Muslims of Berber and Arab origin, as in Othello.
Pass.
A blessing or benefit granted. No points, the time is up. You got 4 of those correct. 40 more points. It is now a tie game. We'll run through these really quickly that no one got. A barrel maker is a cooper. A plant part that can be adventitious is a root. Muslims of Berber and Arab origin, as in Othello. Moors, M-O-O-R, Moor. And a blessing or benefit granted is a boon. That's our first category. Now we move on to our second one in Lightning, and Lutheran, it is your choice. Grace, here are the 2 categories left. European leaders and ands.
Anns.
Ann's it is. Give the last names of these people named Anne. 60 seconds to get through them, and then 30 for you, Guilford. Grace, here is your first one. William Shakespeare's wife.
Hathaway.
Correct. Poet of the 10th muse lately sprung up in America.
Pass.
Holocaust victim who wrote a published diary.
Frank.
Correct. Puritan who sparked the antinomian controversy.
Dickerson.
Incorrect. Author who wrote about Lestat in the Vampire Chronicles.
Pass.
Mayor of Paris who is the first woman to hold that position.
Pass.
Teacher and companion of Helen Keller.
Pass.
Author of the novel Agnes Grey, whose sisters are also novelists.
Pass.
Dawn in the Garden is a book by this photographer known for portraits of babies.
Pass.
Author of the fantasy series Dragon Riders of Pern.
Pass.
Poet of the 10th muse lately sprung up in America.
Samuels.
Incorrect. You got two of them correct, 20 points. You are now ahead by 20. Guilford, you've got 30 seconds to run through quite a bit of these. 80 points potentially, but that's a lot to do in 30. John, are you and the team ready?
Yep.
Here is your first one. Poet of the 10th muse lately sprung up in America.
Franklin.
Incorrect. Puritan, who sparked the antinomian controversy.
Ann Putnam.
Incorrect. Author who wrote about Lestat in the Vampire Chronicles.
Pass.
Mayor of Paris, who's the first woman to hold that position.
Pass.
Teacher and companion of Helen Keller.
Pass.
Author of the novel Agnes Grey, whose sisters were also novelists.
Smith.
Incorrect. Dawn of the Gardens is a book by this photographer known for portraits of babies.
Pass.
No points there. Those were kind of tough, and it was a mouthful. I read through them as fast as I could. Let's do these really quick. The poet, the 10th muse lately sprung up, Anne Bradstreet. The Puritan who sparked the antinomian controversy, Anne Hutchinson. Lots of passes here. Anne Rice wrote the Vampire Chronicles. Anne Hidalgo is the mayor of Paris. Anne Sullivan is Helen Keller's teacher and companion. Anne Bronte wrote Agnes Grey. Sisters are also novelists. Dawn in the Garden is from the photographer Anne Geddes, who takes baby portraits. And the author of Dragon Riders of Pern series is Anne McCaffrey. We have one round left to go, our Mercy Health Final Challenge. It's a 20-point swing. Rockford Lutheran is now ahead, but each question in this round is worth 20 points. We'll be back with that right after this break.